Hi and welcome to Tweet Street. I'm Mick Tiffany and I'm a novice lizard canary keeper and breeder. Join me on my journey as I strive to breed birds good enough for the show bench. Hello again everybody, welcome to episode 42 of Tweet Street. Almost the last one of the year. We are now in December and we're rocking on through. So in this little episode we've got what happened at the Southern Lizard Canary Show, how I got on there as a novice. First time at the show for me. Show's been going for over 25 years, but a new one for me, so we'll see how we got on. I've got a poorly bird, unfortunately. He's been poorly for about a week, so I'm going to show the hospital setup and we'll see how we're getting on with that. Some really exciting news about a Hoover bag. Yeah, okay, best as it can get. How I transfer my birds from one cage to another, which I think it helps not stress them out as much as, you don't want to just grab a bird, you want to do it nicely, and this is the way I do it. A bit chat about the weather, horrendous, you'll see. Look, it blew my wig off. It's awful, but another chat about the weather and what it's like. We've only got one UK lizard show remaining, and that's next weekend on the 15th. So that's the last show of the year. Could be quite interesting for some. I unfortunately can't go. I had a couple of feathered gifts from the Higgins boys. Thank you very much. And so I haven't done any video on them birds at the moment, but will do. There was also the Midland show that went on last Sunday. The best in show was Joe Coakley. Well done, Joe. Apparently he's a lovely bird. And the best novice went to Ray Anthony. Well done, Ray. Top man. I'll have to pop in and see Ray shortly. Keep saying I will. Get seen for Christmas. So thanks very much for doing all that. But I do ask if you could please subscribe, share and like if you possibly can. The more people that do, the more lizard canary content gets put in the front of things when people search for things like canary or whatever, and we can get our little lizard canaries out there. If you wanted to help a bit more and you want to click on the box above, that's buymeacoffee.com/tweetstreet, or you can scan it with your phone, and if you fancy donating a little bit towards it, you're very welcome to. Obviously no hassle there if you don't, not a problem, but thank you if you do. So that's where we are with that one. I've also got some notes written down which you can't see, but I'm trying to look clever. Right, lizard content. There's more with Andy Beasley on YouTube. Head over to have a look at search of that. David of David's Bird Room, he's doing a new slot called Getting to Know. I've done a little interview with him. I know Andy has, and lots of other people, so that will just generate more interest in lizard canaries and in canaries in general as a hobby. So yeah, that's how we're getting on at the minute. Right, on to the beautiful weather we're having here in the UK at the moment, and it obviously affects the birds in some way, shape or form. The nights are still, we're not quite at our shortest day yet. That's in another week and a half, 2 weeks. So we're not getting much daylight. Here's a photo I took actually in the twilight of a bird on a post. This was actually in Yorkshire, and I think it was a meadow pipit. And but we've just had so much rain. It's just non-stop. We're getting lots and lots of flooding. As you can see by this poor little canary, he's flooded out as well. And it's just horrendous. I mean, all my birds are inside the bird room at the moment. I'm not letting them outside. And I'm controlling the lighting and controlling the temperature. And I just don't want them sort of damaged. It's bad enough getting, having one poorly bird, but this weather's woeful. So I'm keeping them inside. It's just to protect them a little bit more, really. Good old UK weather. Right, you probably can't contain your excitement anymore, nor can I. Let's talk about hoovers. I use a Henry Hoover in the bird room for cleaning up. They're really good for that kind of thing. Once you unclip the top, there's a filter. Underneath the filter, you normally have a bag which you throw away once it's full. But you can buy these bits of kit, and it's just a renewable. You just got to zip around the top. It's made of cloth, and once it's full, you empty it, zip it back up, put it back in. It just saves you a fortune. What I tend to, I've got a bit of a video here. Now, I am trusting you have got enough mental capacity upstairs and that you will not hoover a bird up a hoover when you're hoovering. I pull a tray out and there is always a grill inside the cage, so I don't get any yellow things with legs flying at the hoover, and I trust you're savvy enough to do the same. But what I tend to do is during the week I'll hoover up the husk of seed, some of the poops that have dried, and it just save having to clean out every bit of the stuff on the ground all the while. So just a quick one. Keeps it clean, saved a few quid. I just thought you'd like that little tip. There you go, another top tip from Tweed Street. Okay, unfortunately one of the birds is poorly. Worse than that, it was a bird I was going to put with my best bird next year, so I'm hoping to save it. But what do I do with my birds? I've done this before previously in the year, but if you've missed it I'll show it again. I've got this cage I use as a hospital cage. It was really for raising my quail chicks when they hatched. I use it as a hospital cage. So basically all folds nice and neat, and inside I've got this warmer, and it's really good. It's made by a company called Titan. They do incubators, and it just dismantles flat. You put the legs in, as you can see. There's a little video there. I couldn't do this two-handed, unfortunately, but you just push the feet in. They've got little markers on, so you can alter the height. So when I had the little tiny quail, I put it right close to the ground. Now I've got a big canary in there. I have it a bit further away. It's just to give him a bit of gentle heat, somewhere for him to keep a little bit warmer than. I just don't want to bring him in the house. The lighting's different in the house. I know a lot of people bring them in the house, the birds, when they're poorly, keep them warm, put them on a radiator, whatever. I just find it easy to keep them where it is. So I've still got the same amount of lighting, and just contain it in here. So I put a bit of stuff in the bottom, a bit of food, just put a bit of tonic food in there, as well as normal seed, and some water. In that water I've probably got some bits in there that just help him out with their breathing. Well, that bit of eucalyptus in there always helps. And then I pop the top on. I plug it in. See, there's a light on top, tells you when it's coming on. You can stick your hand in. It doesn't get too hot. You're not going to cook your bird. And there is the bird in there, and he'll hop around. I'll sometimes put some bits underneath so they can, not like a perch as such, but maybe stones, I can sit on it. They quite enjoy that. And that's what I do. So I'll separate him, because I don't know what he's got. It doesn't seem to be contagious. He was in a cage with 4 of the birds at the time. They're all fine. It's just him. He's been a bit poorly for just over a week. I've treated him with different things. He seems to be perky, quite perky, and so hopefully we'll be okay. But that's what I do with me poorly birds. And I don't know what you do, but maybe you do something different. You probably let me know. But that's what I do, and I can put them in that little transportable cage. I can also put that heater in normal cages I've got if I need, and I find that really, really useful. So that was Titan incubators for the heater, and the cage was just a cage I got just for putting the little baby chicks in. Right, just briefly, a little while ago I registered with DEFRA as I want to show my birds this year and next year, and I've just now received my registration come through the post today. So that took about 4 weeks or so. So if you've also done the same and you haven't got it yet, it should be in the post on its way to you, and we're all official. Well, so I thought with the pending show I had, the Southern show, I would show you how I transfer my birds from point A to point B. So as soon as they come out the cage, the main cage, into the show cage, and quite an easy thing. I've got these little transportable cages. See the 2 hooks? They just simply hook over the cage, and they're very inquisitive canaries. You'll see the bird in the cage above come and have a little nose at what I'm doing. There he goes. And so the bird underneath, you can see she's sticking straight out. In she goes. I lift the cage up and I shut the door, and she just stays on the perch. I then take her over to the work top I've got, and lift up the flap for the show box, and in she goes. Good as gold. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. And she's the best bird I've got. She's very well behaved as well. Unfortunately, the fella that was poorly was going to be with her next year, but maybe we'll see what happens there. And there she is. So she's done very well again at this show at the Southern. She got me best novice canary. Lovely, lovely bird. These are some of the others going in. This was bird number 30, clear cap silver cockbird. He's a bit a bit shy, but he goes in the end. He was okay. He come first in his class. And while they're in that cage, I can also have a look from above and from the sides a little bit better, just to see what the birds are like. And that's him. He's looking quite okay. This is bird 11, broken cap silver cockbird. Done okay as well. The next bird was best novice silver, bird number 26, broken cap silver cockbird. That's a nice bird. I should be keeping this one. Might end up going with the best gold I've got, because it depends on what happens to the other fella that's poorly. But this one's done really well for me in shows as well. And there he is from above when he comes into focus. So not too bad. They do line up a little bit better, the spangling on the back and the head feathers. Obviously he's just been transferred from one to the other. And here he is in his show cage. Looking quite a nice bird. I like that bird. This is the sister of the one earlier on. She's okie. She done alright as well. Clear cap silver hen. Again, it's just those weathering caps a little bit long. We'll have to see how it goes. And here she goes. Took a little while to get into the cage, but I just carry on with my normal business until they hop in. And when they do, I lift the cage up. Bang. Sorry about the short video. In she goes. That's bird 4 now. That was a broken cap silver hen. In she goes. I had a little look at her. She's got a little fleck on the cap. It's a strange one. It put the judge off a little bit, and I can see what he says, because you can't help but look at that little fleck. Something a bit different. This is bird 3, ring number 003, second best novice, clear cap, gold cockbird. Done. Went to the national, but a bit early for him. This is the only other one I've put him in. He's done quite well. This is bird number 10, non-cap silver cockbird. Didn't do too bad. I like this bird. This is one of Mariah Carey birds, young. Just frightened him a little bit there, which I apologise for. But he just settled down quite nicely. The next bird you're going to see is bird ring number 13. It's an on-cap silver hen. She's not too bad. She just as a told. All the girls are really good. It's all the boys that are buggers, isn't it? Bird ring number 20, a broken cap gold cock. This was a non-colour fed. This is one of the hand-reared birds that you saw me hand-rearing earlier in the year. It's got some quite nice spangling. I think you'll see it a little bit better in a minute when it goes onto the side and I move the angle of the phone round. Like I say, when they're in these cages, you can see them a little bit easier to assess certain parts of the bird you don't normally see maybe when you're just looking in a normal cage. As soon as the focus comes, it's turned out to be a nice bird. He done well in the national, as did his sister. He come fourth best, natural in the national. His sister come second best, so that wasn't too bad for me. And you'll see in a moment that he got a little rosette for his efforts at the Southern, which was really nice. There's a few more rosettes I got at the Southern. I've done quite well. Really enjoyed it. I've got the a little trophy I can keep for a year, which is also really nice as well. So the Southern was a great show. Everybody there was brilliant. John Martin, Gary McCarthy. They asked me if I would go and help steward. I did. I learnt an awful lot. Judge was David Allen. Picked up loads of little tips. One of them was actually the water containers. I use those little tubes drinkers, and they were leaking. and messed up the stickers, and so I've got to do a bit more training next year on that. They'll have to come out and they're going to have to get used to D cups for drinking, so I'm going to have to be a bit more training there. So I learned a little bit of what to do next year as well. So it was all thanks to the guys there. But what happened to the big boys? Right, how did the big boys get on at the show? As we know, the Higgins boys rode into town again. How did they get on this time? Best in show was a broken cap gold hen by Danny Higgins. It's 2-all. Danny's done it. He's come back and bite his dad's ankles. 2-all. Crikey, it's going to be close. The second best in show was a clear cap gold hen, but also by Danny. He's really rubbing it in now, just nibbling at his dad's heels at the last bit of the season. Third best in show at the Southern was a clear cap gold hen, Tony Horton's bird, as a non-colour fed bird, lovely bird. And fourth best in show was a broken cap gold hen from Tony Horton again, a non-colour fed, lovely birds. And myself got best novice. So it was a cracking show. Well done to Danny to winning overall. There's a little photo of him. And I think that was 2-all with the boys. Crikey. I think it was Hailsham they were going to next, and I've just tapped up on my phone while I was doing this, and neither of them were mentioned as best in show, so obviously it's a glitch on the computer. Somebody couldn't have beat them. So yeah, well done guys, brilliant show, great effort, and thank you very much for the gift of the pair of birds that I've got. I shall be doing a little thing on them. We'll do it in the Higgins line next year, see how they get on. Thank you very much for that, and we'll see how it all goes. So thanks very much for watching again. I hope you've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed doing it. I never thought I'd be the end of 2024 still doing something, waffling on. Plenty to do in 2024, so I'd like to carry it over to next year, and we'll see how we get on. So a couple of weeks time we're going to start increasing the light in the bird room a little bit, ready for a little bit slowly until the beginning of March when I'll start the breeding pattern again, and we'll go around again. We'll see how it all goes. So thanks very much everybody for joining in. Hope you've enjoyed it. If there's anything else you want to see, let me know. I might do a best bits or something like that for Crimbo to put out over the Christmas period. So if there's anything you want to see, let me know. If not, I'll just put it on there and see what you think. Just get you something to watch out what you're filling yourself full of turkey. So thank you very much again. Speak to you all soon. Bye bye for now.